Hey, Shalom. It's your boy Padataz of War. I'm a Hebrew Israelite, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh. Bashim Yahushua, that's all praises to the Heavenly Father. In the name of His Son, who you ignorantly call Jesus Christ. Coming from the sect of Rebel Society, man. Today, man, we're going to go into the wisdom of the scriptures. That's what we're going to go into today. I'm thinking about working on like a series called Free Game Wednesdays. And I don't have a specific time yet right now, but I'm planning on getting a specific time where I come consistently bringing forth wisdom and stuff like that, and going into some of the wisdom of the scriptures and being able to get a game, because the Bible has a lot of game. You know what I'm saying? It has a lot of game within the Bible and stuff like that. So I want to be able to really bring that out to our people, wake our people up. You know what I'm saying? And just maybe our people start making better, decisions, better choices and stuff like that. Actually think before, they make this decision or before they go do this. You know what I'm saying? So, those are some of the things I want to do. Uh, so yeah, we're gonna definitely go into some of these scriptures. We're gonna go into today. We're gonna go into the book of Sirach, chapter 1, and we're gonna really dive into it. We're gonna go into the G&T version. I mean, like, I know a lot of people are just KJV only, but we look into different translations and stuff like that, because a lot of times, sometimes the KJV, it's hard to really understand what it's saying. So sometimes you need to be able to break it down a lot easier to certain people, you know what I'm saying, because that's the only way they're gonna get it. So we're gonna go into that, and we're gonna really dive into it right now. That's what we about to go into, man. Feeling good. One hell of a week. Let's get it. You feel me? So what I'm about to do is I'm about to share my screen, and we about to get it going. Let's get it. Let me share my screen. Hold up real quick. Okay, there we go. Entire screen, allow. Make sure. Hold up. Hold up real quick. Yeah, we're gonna do it like that. So we're gonna do it like that. Let's share it. Okay. Let's go into this. So we're about to go into this right now. So we definitely about to go into the book of Sirach, because it's a need to go into it. You feel me? Considering everything that is going on in the world and stuff like that, and our people need wisdom. They need something that can wake them up to what's going on and stuff like that. So we about to go into that. About to really dive into it. You feel me? So let's get it. Okay. So let's read it. So this is the foreword. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 1, in the Good News translation. It says, "The law, the prophets, and the later writers have left us a wealth of valuable teachings, and we should praise Israel for the instruction and wisdom they provide. But it is not enough that those who read them should gain understanding for themselves. Anyone who values learning should be able to help others by what he himself says and writes. That is why my grandfather Jesus devoted himself to reading the law, the prophets, and other books of our ancestors. After he had mastered them, he was led to write a book of his own in order to share his wisdom and learning with others, so that anyone who shared his love for learning should have his book available as well, and be all the more able to live according to the law. Let me urge you then to read this book carefully and with an open mind. And please be patient in those places where, in spite of all my diligent efforts. I may not have translated some phrases very well. What was originally written in Hebrew does not always have exactly the same sense when it is translated into another language. And see, that's another reason why, when we sit up here talking about the Hebrew, because at the end of the day, you got to think about what these books go back to. You feel me? We reading it in the English version, but they had to be translated from something to get to the English version. You feel me? So it's always a need for us to sit up here and be looking into what are these books going back to? What language were they translated from to be able to get the true sense and the true meaning. And even when you calling upon, whether the Most High or His Son, I'm saying, using the Hebrew, understanding the Hebrew. You feel me? It's a difference in that. You feel me? So that is true not only of this book, but even of the law itself, the prophets, and the other books. The translations they differ quite a bit from the original. I came to Egypt in the 38th year of King Xerxes' reign and stayed for some time. While I was there, I had the opportunity for a good deal of study and felt the necessity of translating the following book. I wanted to use all my diligence and skill to complete it and make it available for all those living in foreign lands who wish to learn and who have the strength of character to live by the law of Moses. So we're going to start right here and we're going to really go into it right here. So let's get it. We're going to go into the first verse. It says, all wisdom comes from the Lord, and wisdom is with him forever. So first and foremost, if you want wisdom, first and foremost, you got to understand who wisdom comes from, because the Bible is telling us that wisdom comes from the Lord and wisdom is with him forever. You know what I'm saying? It's not something that is going to leave or nothing like, no, wisdom is with him forever. You know what I'm saying? So we have to understand wisdom comes from the Lord. So if you're seeking wisdom, if wisdom is something that you're desiring, then who do you need to seek for that wisdom? That's the Most High. You need to come to the Most High. You need to seek him, but you need to come to him through his Son and seek him for wisdom, man. Because at the end of the day, that's what you need. That's what you're gonna need to be able to really get through this life, man. You're gonna need some type of wisdom, because a lot of our people are just operating, any type of way, living any type of way, doing anything they want to do. And you know what I'm saying? They're not living in wisdom and stuff like that. Wisdom is what's keeping people, wisdom is what's gonna keep you right. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be able to know how to operate in certain situations and certain capacities and be able to handle certain things that come your way. But you need wisdom, you know what I'm saying? And where wisdom comes from, it comes from the Lord. So we're gonna go to let's go to James. Matter of fact, let's go to James 1 and 5. Let's go there. Because it's a need for us to know that wisdom comes from the Lord. So this is James 1 and 5. If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of God, that giveth to all men liberally and upbraideth not, and it shall be given to him. So it shall be given him. So if you lack in wisdom, you need to be asking, God. You need to ask of it. You know what I'm saying? Don't the Bible say what? Ask and you shall receive, knock and the door shall be open. We need to be doing that. So if you want wisdom, if you lack in wisdom and it's something that you don't have, it's something that you need to be seeking the Most High for. You feel me? That's just the reality of it. That's something that you need to be seeking him for. You need to be seeking him to gain some type of wisdom, to get your, to be able to operate and be able to, live in this realm. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people are just operating foolishly. You know what I'm saying? They're just moving in foolishness. And this is the reason why a lot of our people are, they wind up either locked up or dead, because they're not operating in wisdom, So we need to be operating in wisdom. That's definitely a need. So let's continue. We're going to go to verse 2. Who can count the raindrops or the sand along the shore? Who can count the days of eternity? So these are questions that's being posed, man. How high is the sky? How wide is the earth? How deep is the ocean? How profound is wisdom? Can anyone find answers to these questions? So now it's asking you, can anybody find answers to these questions? Who can count the raindrops, man? Who knows how many raindrops are dropping at once? Who can count that? That's something that we can't do. Like, this would have to be something, it would have to be a higher power to be able to understand, how many raindrops are dropping. You feel me? Or the sand along the shore. These are things that's being asked, but this is showing you the wisdom of God, that he can do things that other people can't do. You feel me? How high is the sky? How wide is the earth? The Most High knows that. We don't, you know? But it says, can anyone find answers to these questions? Matter of fact, let's go to 1 Corinthians 1 and 20. 1 Corinthians, let's go there. 1 Corinthians, maybe I spelled it right. Let me go to it. Let me go to hold it real quick. I think it's 1 Corinthians. I might have put the wrong verse in. Let's go. Let's start right here. Yeah, that's it. That's it right there. So this is what it says in the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 20. Where is the wisdom? Where is the scribe? Where is the disputer of this world? Have not God made foolish the wisdom of this world? So that's one thing we gotta understand. The question, it was posing a question. Can anyone find answers to these questions in the book of Sirach? And now it's saying what? In 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 20, where is the wisdom? So where's the wise? Where are these wise people? Where's the scribe? Where's the disputer of the world? Where's these scholars at? Where are these people at, man? Have God not made the foolish the wisdom? Have he not made foolish the wisdom of this world? Meaning the very people that you think is wise in this world, the very people that you think is, the apex of this world, hey, what they're out here doing, hey, is really foolish to the Most High, man. Because at the end of the day, he has the ultimate wisdom, man. You know what I'm saying? He has the ultimate wisdom, infinite, knowledge. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's what you have to understand. They're nothing compared to him, man. And that's just the reality of it. He knows everything. He has all the wisdom and stuff like that. These guys, they can scratch a small surface, but it ain't on ever compared to what the Most High, what the Most High is putting forth out. So that's a thing to understand. So let's continue. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 1, verse 4. Wisdom was created before anything else. Understanding has always existed. Has anyone ever been shown where wisdom originates? Does anyone understand her subtle cleverness? There is only one who is wise. Now, and we must stand in awe before his throne. So hold up, it says there is only one who is wise. So so now somebody might be like, okay, so you're telling me that there's nobody else in the Bible that's wise? No. I mean, there's many people in the Bible that was wise. You had Job, you had Yahushua, who you usually call Jesus Christ. You had Isaiah, Jeremiah. There's many of people in the Bible that were wise. But what is it really saying? What's really being said here when it says that there is only one who was wise? I mean, it's no different from when Yahushua was saying that. What did Yahushua say? He said, "There is one good." He said there is only one good, that is God. He's basically just saying, like, okay, there's levels to this. For instance, like when you deal with there is only one who is wise, there's levels to this, man. You have the Most High, you have Yahushua. There's levels to this, to being wise. When we saying there is only one who is wise, is basically saying his wisdom, he's in a realm that nobody else is in. That's all it's really saying. He's in a realm that nobody else is touching, nobody else is scratching the surface. He's in his own realm. You feel me? That's all it's really saying. You know what I'm saying? So, there's going to be plenty of other people. There's plenty of people that's wise. So that's why we can't just sit up there and say, oh, well, he's the only person in the wise. Everybody else, foolish. But I mean, like, even when you deal with it, you know what I'm saying? When you deal with the fact that there is only one who is wise, it's just showing you the separation from the Most High from everybody else, man. You feel me? So that's one thing to keep in mind. So the Lord himself, is verse 9. The Lord himself created wisdom. He saw her and recognized her value. And so he filled everything he made with wisdom. He gave some measure of wisdom to everyone, but poured her out on those who love him. So it says he gave some measure of wisdom to everyone, but poured her out on those who love him. So he's pouring wisdom out on what? On who? Those who love him. So the question is, who loves the Most High? How do we know who loves the Most High? Matter of fact, let's go right here. Let's go right here. Let's go right here. We're gonna go to. Let's go to First John 5:3. We're gonna go to the NL. I want to see the NLT version, but we're gonna see what it means to love God, because those who love God are gonna possess wisdom. You feel me? That's one thing we gotta understand. Those that love the Most High, they're gonna possess wisdom. So we want to be able to know and be able to identify that. So let's see. This is the book of First John, chapter 5, verse 3 in the NLT. Loving God means keeping His commandments, and His commandments are not burdensome. Meaning, they're not hard to do, man. You know what I'm saying? They're not hard to do. But see, the thing is, the problem with our people is we be letting our flesh, overrule what the spirit is. You know what the spirit is talking about. You know what I'm saying? Don't the scripture say what the flesh is weak, but the spirit is willing. We have to be willing to allow the spirit to be, do what the spirit needs to do, opposed to sitting up there just giving in like that. A lot of our people just give in to what the flesh. Hey, the flesh say this. Hey, you know what? We just gonna do what the flesh say. That's how a lot of our people is. We can't be like that. We have to be willing to live right, do the things we need to do, and walk after these commandments. You feel me? So that's one thing. So those who are keeping the commandments, though, are those who love God, and those who love God are those that's gonna possess wisdom. You feel me? So let's go to let's go to verse 11. If you fear the Lord and honor, if you fear the Lord, this is Sirach chapter 1, verse 11 in the GNT. If you fear the Lord, honor and pride will be yours. You will be crowned with happiness and joy. So one thing we're finding, it says, if you fear the Lord, honor and pride will be yours. You will be crowned with happiness and joy. So it's letting us know happiness and joy is connected with what? With basically fearing the Lord. That's one thing is letting us know. Happiness and joy is in connection with fearing the Lord. So if you fear the Lord, these are things that you're liable to see, man. And how do we know? What else do the scriptures say? The scriptures give us another thing. Watch this. We about to go to, let's go here. Wisdom of Solomon 3:11. Let's go here real quick. I want to show you something. So let's look at this. So this is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3, verse 11. For whosoever despiseth wisdom and nurture, he is miserable, and their hope is vain. Their labors are fruitful, and their works unprofitable. So basically, what you finding is that, okay, so those that fear the Lord are going to be in a place of joy and happiness. But we're finding also, too, in Wisdom of Solomon 3:11, for whosoever despiseth wisdom and nurture, he is miserable, meaning you're going to be living a miserable life. You feel me? I mean, you might, have your little stints where, your little time, your little stretches where, everything is cool. I'm living it up. I'm having fun, stuff like that. But at the end of the day, ultimately what's going to happen is you're going to be destroyed. You feel me? So, these type of people hope is going to be vain. You know what I'm saying? If you despise wisdom, you feel me? So let's continue. So that's another thing to understand, and that's another thing to look at when you're looking at this. Like you're gonna be miserable if you're a despiser of wisdom. Because a lot of our people despise wisdom. They don't want to take no type of correction. They don't want to hear anything you got to say. It's just a despiser of wisdom. So that's how a lot of our people is. So let's continue. Um, let's go back to Sirach. This is the book of Sirach, chapter where we at 1, verse 12. To honor the Lord is a heartfelt delight. It will give you a long and happy life. And at the end of your days, all will go well for you, and God will bless you on the day of your death. So we're finding that, all is going to go well for people like this. I'm not saying you're not going to go through life where you're going to have hard times. No, you're going to have hard times. But what we're finding is that at the end of your days, it's going to go well for you, man. God going to bless you on the day of your death. You feel me? So it's a need to fear the Lord, and to honor the Lord with your life. You know what I'm saying? Don't the Bible say what in what's that, Romans chapter 12, I think verse 1-2, it talks about giving your body as a living sacrifice. You feel me? We need to be living sacrifices. That's how we honor the Lord. That's how we're honoring the Lord, by giving our body as living sacrifices. You feel me? Well, we're out here, we're giving everything we got, we're keeping the commandments to the best of our ability, we're doing what we need to do, and we're just, we're just living, under the umbrella of what the Most High put out for us. You feel me? We're just following the blueprint, and that's what we need to be doing. So let's continue. This is verse 14 in Sirach chapter 1. To fear the Lord is the first step to wisdom. So we find to fear the Lord is the first step to wisdom. So this is the first step to wisdom, is to fear the Lord. So if you want wisdom, one of the first things you need to be doing is fearing the Lord, And see, this is the thing. A lot of our people don't fear the Lord. They don't know what fearing the Lord look like. Now, understand this. In the same sense, watch this. We're gonna go to Proverbs. Where is it at? Watch this. We're gonna go to Proverbs chapter 1, verse 7. We're gonna go there. Because right now we're seeing that the first step to wisdom is fearing the Lord. But in Proverbs 1 and 7, it says, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. So not only are you going to be miserable, if you despise wisdom, but you're a fool, because that's what the Bible is showing you. Now, but what I was going to here is that the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. Not only is it the first step, the fear of the Lord, the first step to wisdom, but it's also the first step or beginning of knowledge, meaning wisdom and knowledge is going to go hand in hand. If you fear the Lord, he's going to bless you with that. You feel me? So that's a need for you to basically fear the Most High, so that's a need. So let's continue. We're going to go back to Sirach chapter 1 and the GNT. Wisdom is given. This is 14. To fear the Lord is the first step to wisdom. Wisdom is given to the faithful in their mother's womb. She has lived with us from ancient times, and generations to come will rely on her. To fear the Lord is verse 16. To fear the Lord is wisdom at her fullest. She satisfies us completely with her gifts. So there's gifts that come with this wisdom, man. You feel me? There's gifts that come with this wisdom. And that's something that we need to be able to, identify and stuff like that. You might have wisdom to be able to be, to write music. But there's gifts. These are, you might have wisdom of how to put a song together and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And to somebody else, that's a gift that they're receiving. You know what I'm saying? Like to be able to listen like to real good, good music from what you was able to put together. You feel me? But that's a gift to somebody else. You feel me? It says she satisfies us and completes her with her and completely, and she satisfies us completely with her gifts. Verse 17, and fills our homes and our barns with all that our hearts can desire. So verse 18, to fear the Lord is the flower of wisdom that blossoms with peace and good health. So a part of having wisdom. So now what we're seeing is that wisdom, knowledge goes hand in hand with fearing the Lord, and it also can bring forth peace and good health. Why? Because when you're sinning, it's not putting you in good health. It's not putting you in good standing with the Most High. It's putting you in a state of constant judgment. You feel me? So now we're understanding that, now we're understanding that why we definitely need to fear the Lord. And that's where we're going to gain that wisdom and that knowledge. You see what I'm saying? So verse 19, she sends knowledge and understanding like the rain and increases the honor of those who receive her. To fear the Lord is the root of wisdom. Her branches are long life. So long life comes with wisdom. But by you fearing the Lord, you're not going to be out here sinning because you fear the Most High God. You see what I'm saying? So one thing too, it says she sends knowledge and understanding like the rain. Just as the rain coming, it constantly. It can be a sprinkle that he sends to you. It could be a sprinkle. It could be a drizzle. Hey, or I mean, he could just like just pour it down on you, man. You feel me? But you need to be living the way you need to be living and stuff like that. You feel me? So To fear the Lord is the root of wisdom. Her branches are long life, because how her branches are long life. These are just different branches that come from the tree of wisdom. Long life, man. Living a long life. You feel me? And not being plagued with death and all these different things and stuff like that. I'm not saying like you're not gonna go through shit. Like I said, I'm not saying I'm never gonna sit up there and be like, you're not about to go through nothing because you believe in God. No, we already know those that follow, the Messiah, they're gonna go through hell. We already know. Just like the Messiah suffered, we're gonna suffer just like he did. So we already know that. You feel me? That's already guaranteed. That's already prophesied. That's already said to happen. So we just gotta go through it. Because if the world hated him, they gonna hate us. You feel me? With us being his servants, we can't expect, oh well, the world gonna love me. The world I'm gonna be the first one that everybody loved. God damn that. That ain't reality, homie. You feel me? Because just as the master is, so is the servant's gonna be. You feel me? So let's go down here. Matter of fact, let's go right here. Let's go right here. Let's go right here. So this is one of my this is definitely one of my favorite verses when I'm dealing with the fear of the Lord. We're gonna definitely go right here. So this is the book of Sirach, chapter 1 and 21. Ecclesiasticus, also known as Sirach, 1 and 21. The fear of the Lord driveth away sins, and where it is present, it turneth away wrath. So what can we take from this verse? It says the fear of the Lord driveth away sins, meaning as you fear the Lord, when you fear the Lord, it's going to drive away you committing sins. Why? Because you fear the Most High God. You know the consequences of what's going to happen when you sin. You know that the Most High is not somebody to be playing with. So you're understanding, dang, if I do this, he gonna tax me. You feel me? You're gonna understand that he's gonna get me. So you're not gonna be sinning much because you really fear the Most High. A lot of people, when they're sinning and stuff like that and doing whatever the hell they want to do, they don't fear the Most High like that. You feel me? But notice it says, "It drive away sins, and where it is present, it turneth away wrath." It turns away wrath, the wrath of God, because you're not sinning, so you're in good standing with the Most High. You feel me? So, yeah, that's one thing to understand. Another verse that also shows the fear, when we like, if we want to touch in on that fear factor, let's go to the book of Exodus. Let's go to Exodus, because this is another thing. If we want to really touch in on fearing the Lord, the fear factor of fearing the Lord, So let's go here. So we're gonna go to Exodus chapter 20, verse 18. So this is after the Ten Commandments. After God gave them the Ten Commandments, this is after that. So we're gonna go into this, and we're just gonna read down so we can see we're gonna get another scripture or writing showing us what the fear of the Lord. So let's go to, like I said, let's go to Exodus chapter 20, verse 18. And all the people saw the thunderings and lightnings, and the noise of the trumpet, and the mountain smoking. And when the people saw it, they removed and stood afar off. So the people like, oh shoot, they seeing all this stuff happening. They're like, damn, it's thundering, it's lightning, the noise of the trumpet, the mountain smoking. Hey, they like, let me get the hell up out of here, man. Like, it's crazy stuff happening. You feel me? So verse 19, and they said unto Moses, speak thou with us, and we will hear, but let not God speak with us, lest we die. So they like, hey, we don't want to hear nothing else of what, we don't want to hear the Most High speak. We don't want to hear that no more. Hey, bring Moses out, speak thou with us, man. We afraid that we about to die, man. Like, they in fear for their life. Like, the Most High, no more. Moses, come out here, man. Right now. Come here. Right now. Like that's literally the spirit, and that's the mentality. Moses, come here. You feel me? Yeah, you right here. So verse 20. And Moses said unto the people, fear not, for God is come to prove you, and that his fear may be before your faces, that you sin not. So what is it saying? Again, But God has come to prove you, or in other words, test you, that his fear may be before your faces. These people were terrified. They were afraid of the Most High. And that um it's saying that his fear may be before your faces. That fear was instilled in them from everything they were seeing with the Most High. They was afraid and terrified of his presence. So with them being terrified of him in reverence and just terrified in general, that he put that fear in their hearts that ye sin not. You feel me? That played a role in you not sinning. You being terrified, understanding the consequences, understanding what it really is, understanding what's gonna happen if you continue to do the things you're doing. That's just the reality of it. If you want me to give it to you, just bluntly, straightforward. So let's continue. Let's go back to the book of Sirach, chapter 1, verse 22. So there is no excuse for unjustified anger. It can bring about your downfall. So wait and be patient, and later you will be glad that you did. So there's no excuse for unjustified anger because first and foremost, have you got some people that just mad for no goddamn reason. They're just mad for no reason. No, it's not even justified. They're just mad. You feel me? They're just mad at some people for no cause at all, for no purpose at all. Whole rebel without the cause. There's no excuse, but they're mad. But see, it's telling you it can bring about your downfall. It can. Because you running around mad, now you do something stupid that puts you in a predicament that's going to ruin your life. Now you facing 25 to life because you didn't want to calm your simple self down, you know? So, let's go to a matter of fact, let's go right here. Let me go right here. Let me go right here. Yeah, there we go. What the Bible said. Let's go right here. Ephesians. Okay, let's go to the book of Ephesians, chapter 4, verse 26. Be ye angry and sin not. Let not the sun go down upon your wrath. In other words, it's okay to be angry. You know what I'm saying? But don't sin in the process of that. You know what I'm saying? Don't sin within the process of that too. You know? And that's the problem. That's why sometimes it's better to just wait it out. If you hot, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's just best to wait it out. But make sure you got a cause of why you hot and why you mad and stuff like that. Don't just be mad for no reason, man. Walking around hate, I hate the whole, just for no reason. Like it causes problems, Verse 24. Keep quiet until the right time to speak, and you will gain a reputation for good sense. So sometimes, a lot of times we just blab stuff out and stuff like that. We don't really think about what we saying. We just opening our mouths, And see, your mouth is gonna get you in trouble because we already know what the mouth is a small instrument, the smallest instrument on your body, but it can do the most damage. You feel me? That mouth, and it can put you, like Yahweh Shai said, you're gonna be held accountable for everything that you do. You know what I'm saying? Everything that come out your mouth, you will be held accountable for that. Matter of fact, I got time to go to it. Let's go to Matthew 12. I think it's Matthew 12. Matthew 12, and I think it's let's just go Matthew 12. I think it's Matthew 12 and 36 and 37. But let's just go to Matthew 12. This is the book of Matthew chapter 12, verse, what is it? There you go, 36. But I say unto you that every idle word that men shall speak, they shall give an account thereof in the day of judgment. For by thy words, verse 27, for by thy words thou shalt be justified, and by thy words thou shalt be condemned. In other words, every idle word that you speaking, you're going to have to give an account on the day of judgment for that, So for by the same words in which you curse your brother, by the same words in which you uplift your brother, you're going to be either justified or you're going to be condemned, one or the other, So it's a need to watch your mouth and know what you're saying. Don't be out here bearing false witness. Don't be out here, trying to kill, being a murderer in your heart towards your brother, hating your brother and stuff like that. You need to be thinking about what you're doing. You feel me? As matter of fact, verse 35, a good man out of the good treasure of his heart bringeth forth good things, and the evil man out of the evil treasure of his heart bringeth forth evil things. In other words, whatever is in your heart is what's going to come out. So if you're a good man, and then there's going to be good treasures that's within your heart, and within them good treasures, it's going to bring forth what? Good things. But if you're an evil man, you have an evil treasure chest, and it's going to bring forth what? Evil things. So it's a need to know. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing to keep in mind. So let's go back to the book of Sirach. Yeah, let's go back. So this is the book of Sirach, chapter 1 and 24. No, I already read that. 25. Wisdom has a treasury of sayings, of wise sayings, but sinners have nothing but contempt for the godliness. Have nothing but contempt for godliness, and that's the thing. So wisdom has a treasury of wise sayings, but sinners have nothing but contempt for godliness. So that's one thing to understand. Sinners are going. So a lot of people that's living in sin and continually living in sin, they're gonna hate you. They're gonna have a problem with you because of godliness. They can't stand godliness. That's just like darkness coming into the light, like that scripture said in John chapter 3, I think 17 on down, where it talks about, basically these people had a chance at the light, but because they love darkness more than light, they stayed in darkness. And that's the thing. As you're living a godly life and being a godly man and walking in the commandments of the Most High, doing what you're supposed to do, sinners are going to have nothing but contempt for it, because they're going to hate it, because they're going to be like, man, this dude's always reproving my thoughts. He always got something to say, and they're going to have a problem with it because you're correcting him. You're letting them know, hey, this is the way to go. But see, this is the thing. Everybody has a problem with correction and being corrected, but it's like, if somebody's doing drugs, you would want, and they're doing drugs and it's messing their life up, you would want your friend, somebody that really care about you, to, really be like, hey, you gotta stop doing this. You feel me? But I guess we live in a culture now, in a generation now, where people are just cool with it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Shalom, Jacob, Maccabees. Hey, Shalom, King. Shalom. And Shalom to everybody else that's watching right now, man. Shalom. But let's get it. We're gonna go to, this is verse 26 in Sirach chapter 1 and 26 in the GNT. If you want to be wise, keep the Lord's commands, and he will give you wisdom and abundance. So one thing we got to understand too, verse 26 says, if you want to be wise, keep the Lord's commands. So what is it telling? It's letting you know, by you keeping the Lord's commands, he will give you wisdom. But it says he will give you wisdom in abundance. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing we need to understand. So with keeping the commandments comes the fear of the Lord. So as we fear the Lord, how do we show we fear the Lord? By us keeping these commandments. And then he will give you the wisdom and the knowledge in abundance. Everything else comes after you do what you're supposed to do, which is the whole duty of man, which is what's required of us, which is keeping the commandments of God. You feel me? So as you do that, you gain the wisdom, you gain the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we need to keep in mind. So verse 27, fearing the Lord is wisdom and an education in itself. So so hold up. Fearing the Lord is not only wisdom, again, fearing the Lord and wisdom, and in conjunction with each other, and an education in itself. So that's an education within itself, just fearing the Lord. You know what I'm saying? There's so many things you learn by fearing the Lord. You know what I'm saying? You learn obedience by doing that, by fearing the Lord and doing what you're supposed to be doing, and just, really, just giving yourself to the Most High. You feel me? That's an education within itself. You feel me? So it says, he is pleased by loyalty and humility. Verse 28, be faithful in the practice of your religion when you worship the Lord. Do it with all your heart. So, I mean, like, first and foremost, as like when we talk about religion and stuff like that, I mean, like Christianity, we got all these different religions and stuff like that. We're really looking at, this is our ethnicity, and this is our ethnicity, this is our heritage, this is what we are. We are the Israelites, blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. But we do practice jury, you know what I'm saying? And we're basically, keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. So that's one thing that we're practicing. But it says when you worship the Lord, do it with all your heart. Don't just be half-assing it with the Lord. You know, you can half-ass it with everybody else, but don't half-ass it with the Lord. See, that's the thing. We like to sit up there and give everybody else everything we got, but get the Lord the leftovers and stuff like that. And that's just not how it works, man. We need to be giving the Lord everything we got. You feel me? When you worship the Lord, do it with all your heart. You feel me? So that's what we need to do. Give it all of our heart. So, verse 29. Be careful about what you say and don't be a hypocrite. So, you got to watch what you say too. Because, see, this is the thing. Being a hypocrite, man. There's a lot of our people, man, that just be spewing stuff and they be hypocrites. You know what I'm saying? They'll tell you something, but they're doing it. You feel me? Matter of fact, let's go to Matthew chapter 7. Because that's what a lot of our people do. Things come out of their mouth, they just start spewing stuff because they in their feelings, they emotional and stuff like that. And as a result, they say something they shouldn't say. Now watch this. This is Matthew chapter 7, verse 1. Judge not that ye be not judged. So our people be like, oh, well, you can't judge. You can't judge nobody. And they close the book. Verse 2. For with what judgment ye judge, ye shall be judged. And with what measure ye meet, it shall be measured to you again. Meaning, if you judge somebody about this, hey, best believe whatever, however you judging people, whatever you say, it's gonna come back to you. You're gonna get judged in the same realm. You feel me? In the same manner. You know what I'm saying? Whatever measure you sitting up there judging, hey, it's gonna come back. You gotta be able to take that heat too. Now watch this, verse 3. And why beholdest thou the mote that is in thy brother's eye, but considereth not the beam that is in thy own eye? So how are you sitting up there talking about, hey man, you need to stop smoking them cigarettes, and nigga, you smoking crack, like like you smoking crack, man. You know what I'm saying? So your brother got a mote in the eye, and you got a whole beam in your eye. You know what I'm saying? Verse 4. Or how wilt thou say to thy brother, let me pull out the mote out of thine own eye, and behold, a beam is in thy own eye? How you telling somebody, hey, stop doing this, and you're doing worse, or you're doing the same? You can't do that. You a hypocrite. Be careful in what thou sayest, because now you're being a hypocrite. You feel me? You're being a hypocrite, and that's a problem, man. Yahweh Shai had a problem with hypocrites, man. Verse 5. Thou hypocrite, cast out the beam out of thine own eye, and then thou shalt see clearly to cast out the mote out of thy brother's eye. In other words, look, once you get that beam, once you stop doing what you're doing that's wrong, you know what I'm saying, you're living right, you're doing what you need to be doing, guess what? After you take that beam out of your eye, guess what? Now you can sit up there and be like, hey, you need to take that mote out of your eye, brother. Now you can judge. But you can't be sitting up there judging, you can't be sitting up there judging people, and you're doing the same thing they doing. You feel me? So you can't judge. You just have to judge righteously. You feel me? So let's continue. We're about to finish up these last couple verses. Verse 30 in Sirach chapter 1 and 30 in the GNT. Don't be arrogant. You may suffer a fall and be disgraced. The Lord will reveal your secrets and humble you in front of everyone in the synagogue, because you did not come there with reverence for the Lord, but with a heart full of hypocrisy. So one thing to understand is that don't be arrogant, because you might suffer a fall and be disgraced, and the Lord might reveal you in front of everybody, man. See, that's the thing. Everything done in the dark will come to light. So you don't want to get embarrassed by the Lord. That's the worst thing that anybody could ever imagine. You know what I'm saying? Is getting embarrassed by the Most High. So that's really it for today. I'm definitely about to do more videos, trying to wake our people up. I'm thinking, like I told you, I'm thinking about doing on these Wednesdays and stuff for right now, free game Wednesdays, and just go into the wisdom and stuff like that, so our people could really dive into wisdom, things that can help them with their lives and stuff like that. But y'all see it, man. We out here. We just trying to push this word. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Just check the page out and stuff like that. We got more videos coming. We got street teachings, everything, man. We finna really push it. I got some music I'm finna work on and get out. We're just really trying to revolutionize this page and this channel. Appreciate everybody that support us. We just out here trying to serve the Most High. So just be tuning in. I'll probably be doing more. You definitely gonna see more videos. So you might see another video next couple of days, man. Just however the spirit hop on me to do this, I'm just gonna keep doing it, keep pressing. To all the brothers out there that's doing what they doing, brothers and sisters, man. Shalom. All praise to the Most High. We out.